You don't do it.
Only thing I say I'd find annoying about the cameras is you have to stand where you want it to look.
Yeah, the change direction is kind of weird. You have to like hold E on the set direction thing, walk where you want to go, and then release, and it'll actually like look at you. It's kind of strange.
You should be able to move it, really. I'm sure they'll add that.
Yeah.
Or a different type of CCTV, you know, like the dome circular one.
Yeah,
like
so
a proper.
one's that move and one's that are stationary.
Yeah, Rainbow Six style, if you've played it.
Alright, I guess I gotta dress up too.
Oh shit. I'm naked. Can't go live naked.
I actually don't think they let you do it on Twitch.
What,
Man.
even in Rust?
I don't know, I see like all the streamers have censored
You
nudity.
could just turn on the no nudity thing and put it to underwear.
Yeah, that's what I mean. None of them have it full nude.
I'll wear the rat
I
mask
do.
on
I
top
like to
of
rock
this
out with my
surgeon
rock
outfit.
out.
I think we should all have different costumes.
Well,
Ooh,
I've got
as-
mine on that I always
As
have.
you put on the rabbit costume when he's already wearing it.
Yeah, I had it first.
I think we should wear just different costumes. Dresses the same as Metzi.
Yeah, like that. No, take the jacket off.
No, that's good.
With a Santa hat.
You can't put a helmet on with his big head.
Oh, do wear that with the bone helmet. That would look kind of cool.
Okay.
Boys, can one of you go to
Oh,
the
wow.
live stream and check the quality, please?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a now. If I can find it in my.
It seems alright to me.
It's alright.
Link?
Yeah, I can link it.
Is it on the Lucid Gaming YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's check this out. With the most famous Rust admins, bro. Ooh.
Most famous.
And owners.
I don't know, should we stream in YouTube as well? Maybe it's better to just have all viewers in one place.
What were we going to do otherwise?
I think Nexus is streaming.
Yeah, he started.
It's slowly booting up, but I think my PC is at its limits right now.
Alright, horsey. Poop.
It's the test rideable horse.
Is there a command to make them shit?
No idea.
There you go. That's the one you can actually ride.
I'll just wear him out for a bit. Someone get a little trough ready. We'll force feed this fucker.
How do you make them poop? There's gotta be for it.
Just feed him loads.
I just asked in a RSO. Hopefully Alistair like replies.
Mm-hmm.
You having a good time there, Metzi?
Oh, I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
What if there's a sound effect and everything? Like,
I wonder if it just appears or it actually like falls out.
It just spawns behind him.
oh, it's gonna be a moment whenever that happens.
Oh, hang on.
Hello.
Ooh, someone's here.
There we go. Hello?
Finally.
Can't
Hello?
hear
Hello.
now. Shit.
Hola.
Okay. Holy fuck, what a nightmare.
Is this horse still eating?
It is actually. I don't think it stops. It really likes human meat.
Oh shit.
Sure. Oh. Come on, poop.
Okay. You're on staging?
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
you're on the IP linked, aren't you? Isn't it?
Wait, you can't hit anything with a hammer.
Hold on, don't show the
horse.
visuals before we start
You're repairing the horse.
showing the stream.
You normally can't hit things with a hammer, other than building stuff. That's interesting.
Are we on the staging?
Yeah, staging OP.
Okie dokie. Cool. Alright.
So because we're streaming from 2 places, we're gonna have to keep an eye on for questions in 2 chats. So if someone
I'm going
wants
to
to
have both
Wait, how
of the
do-
streams open and just read out the comments as we
Okay.
talked earlier.
Okay. Wait, how are we... What? I'm so confused right now.
Nexus decided to stream from Lucid Gaming YouTube as well.
Ah, nice. Okay.
So
cool.
yeah, I mean it might be easier just to have all viewers in one channel, but oh well.
Yeah.
Come on, Doreen, have a shit.
Doreen? Is that your horse's name?
It is now. Literally gone through like 50 human meat and it's still going.
And it's not full yet?
Is it?
Well,
it
clearly.
already in with the
I'm
shitting?
not loaded in the server yet.
These things
It's
come
probably
with
because-
human meat in them already.
Nah,
Is it?
Will's just put loads in him, I think.
Oh.
Okay, so I need to put Rust open. I'm still really new to streaming, so it's like...
Oh, you can't stand on
takes
these
me a
horses.
minute.
Oh,
Those are the
I have to
old
prepare
ones.
These
an
don't even
announcement.
spawn in anymore.
Oh.
Alright, we are going to get horse dung up in this circle.
Alright, the stream started, boys.
When are they gonna shit?
People love superheroes.
Oh, you killed the
Like
horses.
if you knew half the stuff they get.
What?
This is gonna turn into a very violent stream.
Demonetize.
No comment.
So is it... What? I don't understand. Am I even bothering to stream, or I don't... Because I started
Yeah,
it, but
abs-
No, I think
absolutely.
Nexus just wants
I don't know
Yeah,
what's
why
going
not?
on.
Nexus, maybe it's better
Why-
if we just have
Nexus just
everyone
wants to,
go
so-
to
Yeah,
Zio's
but
stream.
I personally think that
Sensitivity.
streaming it on 2 different platforms will be easier because not everyone wants to watch it on YouTube. So it
Yeah.
will be just... I've got both streams open, so I see no problem having both of these on at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wait, have I? Oh, no,
How many
it's-
horses have we got? One of them will do
I'm
it.
still loading in. I do apologize for the delay.
Wait.
Got to get an outfit on. Everyone's got their own outfits.
I need a bunny outfit. What? I don't know if I've got... Oh.
Oh.
Hail, yeah.
Let's go.
Metsy, look on the back of my head. Look. Can you see my bald patch? I got a bald
You've
patch.
got a bowl patch.
I used to spawn in hair because I was paranoid about... Look at my bald patch.
Oh my god, you do.
What's that all about? My character's
Savage.
really cute, and then it's just this bald patch. Oh.
Wait a minute. Haven't we got like a similar character? No, we don't. Okay, that's fine. I was gonna say I'd best not have a bob patch on my head.
No bald patch for you. It's just me. Just me.
Wait, you killed those horses and they changed skins?
Yeah, they changed.
Zombie horses.
I
Can't
figured
loot
since
'em, though.
they're in the corpse state, they should poop as well.
Well, 14 views already. Hello, everyone. We're just getting set up and
Yeah,
started.
I'm gonna.
Is this gonna
Actually,
blow up?
while my
Hi.
staging server is loading in, I can start introducing everyone. So, hello everyone, and thank you for joining. I am Nexus UK from Lucid Gaming, and today I'm gonna try to moderate this Rust admin owner roundtable
Nexus
conversation.
Mike, bro.
Is it broke again?
No, mute.
What?
Oh, mute the game.
No, mute his mic when he's commentating to the stream.
Just mute the
Yeah.
stream.
It sounded fine to me. Oh, right.
He's got both open.
Echo.
Sorry, Nexus, carry on.
No, I'm trying to figure out how to set this up. Hold on.
As you can tell, we're all professional streamers.
10 out of 10.
Haha, yeah. I'm so noob. Thanks, Ellie. I've changed it now. Thank you. Apex. I was streaming.
Kyrox is
Apex Legends.
asking how long do we streaming?
I don't know, like
24
long
hours?
Yeah.
No,
Marathon.
I guess
Marathon
some
stream.
hours maybe. Depends.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, a couple of hours or so. Just
I
as
mean, there's
long as
quite a lot of
everybody,
us, so people can come in and out, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll probably stick
Sure.
around for like the first maybe hour, then get back to my map.
The sound of 10 horses munching at the same time is I don't know.
Kind
it's
of
quite
relaxing.
nice.
I
Yeah.
have to disable my overlay.
I miss the old furnaces from Rust Legacy. They were like the softest like sleeping noise you could ever go with.
Oh, I didn't play. Do you know I started playing Rust during the XP system?
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not so old school.
It's all right.
Wait, what is considered old school then?
Like legacy players, right?
Ah, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. You're a real G if you played when
OG.
zombies were first in the game.
I was playing Ark at that point. I think.
I remember buying this game as soon as they released on Steam because they actually used to be on browser, believe it or not.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Yeah, Rust actually used to be on browser before Steam. I didn't play on browser. I wasn't that OG, but played on Legacy quite a bit.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
I think I've just found your camera collection
What?
by the front
the
door.
doors. Yeah, they're kind of fucked, aren't they? You could just keep placing them. Yeah, watch.
Placing them in the same spot?
Like,
Oh, you can.
You can build them like off each other, so you could just make a heap of them.
Whoa, look at this.
that is meant to.
Oh wait, I got music on.
How come my hammer's not showing up? Oh, I'm in that weird third person thing.
There we go. You need the spooky music, really. All right.
This
This
should be
camera
good
linked
to
up.
set up. I'm gonna introduce each one of you just real quick.
Yeah.
We are joined by Lucky, Luciano, Viona, Cousin Nostra, pretty much the first Battlefield style server, most popular one. Lucky is also a plugin developer. Recently opened a plugin shop, very good plugin shop. Go to the links that will be provided later on. Lucky's, well, actually, I think Lucky's plugins pretty much help to shape the view of modded section of today's servers.
Aw.
Well, I think that is actually true. Correct me if I'm- yeah. Also, Famazio, one of the few ladies in this business. Very famous cheetah hunter and true Sherlock of her craft. Also with us is Kirox. Is Kirox here or not yet?
No, he's
Not right
not
now.
yet here. No.
Right. Joined also is Lone. Lone, you here?
Yeah, how's it going?
Yeah, very good.
Someone's
Right, so Lone is a rising star in map development, as well as an admin on Lucid Gaming. you was able to see the Great Pyramid created by him. Next is Join Sensei, which is the owner of Lucid Gaming.
Hello.
As most of you know, Lucid Gaming is one of the more popular the most popular modder server there is. In my personal opinion, Lucid kind of also helped to shape what vanilla, or not vanilla, but close to vanilla style servers
More
should
than
look
monthly
like.
aspects. I'd say, yeah.
A little bit of vanilla plus what it looks like.
Modded in the way that vanilla should be.
Yeah, that's how we understand it. Yeah. Right.
Well, you forgot to mention that he is. I believe he's the only one with monthly vibes in the 2x server space.
Yeah,
Well,
there's a
And
few
with,
others, but
Pretty much the more successful ones, I would say, because there's plenty of very little success that have tried it. And
population holds up for like 2 weeks.
there's a lot of questions that were people already asking about servers, so I'll get to them later on.
yeah, just copy them down. Okay.
Yeah. Also joined by us is Will, a developer and owner of Lucid Gaming. Will creates a lot of great plugins that we use in Lucid Gaming. I'm pretty sure other servers use it as well. Will, see you here? No, Will's-
He's muted at the moment.
right.
Great start.
Also, we have Metzi, an admin and
Buenos dias.
very, very active admin who's been in this server. Well, I think you created the server as well, wasn't it?
Rustocalypse.
You were
that was
one of the creators.
Yeah,
Sorry?
that was actually one of the first monthly servers that inspired me to make a monthly server. So you can thank Metzi, kind of, for Lucid Gaming.
Absolutely. And Metzi is a very active community member, very loved through pretty much most of the servers that he was on. And just a very fun person to talk to.
Thank you very much.
Also with us is Close. You here?
Yes.
Right, Close is an admin in Lucid Gaming. Quite recently been slacking a little bit on admin activity. No, I'm just kidding. Close has been one of the oldest admins, I think, in Lucid Gaming right now, and has seen a lot of changes happening in Rust in general. Quite an old Rust player, so happy to have you here. Is that all of us, or did I miss anyone?
I think that's all of us for now.
Right, superb.
Until Kirox comes, I guess.
Yes.
If he does.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Mr. Welcome.
Yes, right. Brad was first one to join my stream, and he's been dying to get an answer from everyone about the turrets and what has been happening with them recently in comparison. So if anyone has a strong opinion, please voice it, because I've done a few videos about it, so I've got my own personal opinion, but please do voice it.
Oh, I mean, like, modular turrets for me have been pretty good because it gives a lot of players variety, and it's not just set standard for everything. Like, different turrets for different situations, and I mean, everyone can just have their own style of it.
Mm-hmm.
So
we should try and get the horn up on the turret. I don't even know how to connect.
That should be very interesting to see.
I really like the fact that
I'm
you
not
can
sure if,
pick up the gun whenever you destroy it. I think that's a really good aspect to the modular turret. So it incentivizes you to destroy a turret instead of just making it to where you can continue raiding. You can actually destroy it to get a new weapon, possibly.
Oh my god.
Why is it targeting me?
Yeah,
I have
you're
building
not
privilege.
Oh my god, that is the best thing ever. A turret that
Wow,
just
this
plays
thing
a
is
trumpet in your
locked on
face.
to me.
I love
believe
that.
Shadowfrax suggested this for a long time, and I'm not sure whether they added it because of him, but yeah,
He's a legend.
yeah.
He's a legend. What an idea, man. That is brilliant. Look at that.
Damn, it would be so
Very
cool if you can play your own tunes, like MIDI files or some shit through it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I've heard they will introduce that in possibly the future, but right now it's hard to get it to work. Recorded messages without players being there. That's what we're struggling. But this being a meme is, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's just legendary to have it like that.
brilliant. That is brilliant.
Thank you, Face Punch.
Yes.
Anyone else
and-
on the turrets?
Yeah. No, I guess.
No?
Don't all speak at once.
Me personally, I've done a lot of testing on the turrets, and for me that was fun because it was just something new. Because everybody used to just pluck as many turrets around their base as they could, and now it became something you could think of before you're doing. Like even with the electricity coming in, it was like. It needed more work, and now with instruments, different guns, different attachments and bullets, it's just like another section, and a lot of players won't bother doing it, but I think it's just given like another field of view.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love it. I love the new update.
it's pretty cool. I remember the CCTV thing being talked about like what, maybe a year or two ago, and I was so excited about it, and now it's here.
Well, I mean, they've had a plugin
Oh, have they?
Rustnet-
I didn't know.
Rustnet that been able to do it for a while, but now it's just fully in the game, so they're going to be upset.
Yeah, well, it's the nature of the game, I suppose.
Absolutely.
A turret.
The
that plays
influence of
trumpet at
plugins is
you.
pretty heavily on the dependency of Face Punch's new development. Without
Yeah.
a lot of plugins, we probably wouldn't have several features that Face Punch has already added.
Yeah.
Like that tree falling plugin, that was pretty quickly added into the game right after that came out.
Oh wow, cool.
That was probably 2 years ago.
Well, and it was made by somebody not Face Punch.
Correct. Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
cool.
the plugin was, but then
Yeah.
it was made by Face Punch.
Yeah, that's cool.
Right, I've got another question from Lucid Gaming stream, which Brad is asking: is Sensei a good server owner?
I don't know, you tell me.
This is a trap. As we're sitting in his voice chat.
I would say
Right.
it depends.
Yeah.
Just gonna remove Kitty from admin.
Right, more to it, to Sensei. I've got a personal question. Right, what made you not personal, not that much. How long is your
How
PP?
It's
No,
very tricky at this.
How did you discover Rust? Like, I know you've been doing some League and maybe in Minecraft. How did you discover this game? Like, because we all know you love it so much that you need holidays from it, but nonetheless, how do you come across it?
I used to play Rust back in Legacy ages ago, and then I just stopped playing for a while. And then it was actually my girlfriend's little brother who introduced me back into Rust, and it was completely different. And then I just made a server just for fun. And then, as you do when you're playing on different servers, you just make friends, and Lucid Gaming just started to come around.
Right, isn't your girlfriend's brother like underage for
Yeah.
playing
So
Rust?
he introduced me to Rust when he was like 9.
Oh wow.
Wow.
So, yeah. He eventually had to stop playing because it's really not for kids. That much.
Yeah. I said my nephew's like, Auntie Zoe, can I play some Rust with you? And I said, with me? Yeah. On a dead server? Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no. Yeah. It's I don't know. I don't think it's right for kids. I had someone complain to me the other day. He's like, my kid's 11. He plays with his dad. My kid's 11 years old, and somebody was voice chatting explicit stuff through his mic, and I'm like, listen, that's your jurisdiction, not mine. It's your son, you know.
They do have options on that. They could disable chat and
turn off
mute voice chat. So.
Yeah, turn off chat, turn off voice.
But, it's still quite a violent game, isn't it?
Yeah.
You think of
Yeah, actually, we had some people on our servers. Father was playing with the son.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen.
In my
opinion,
opinion, it's crazy. Like, how could you play Rust with your kids?
Yeah,
it's a pretty common thing. I've see several people with like the same IP, and you just go to them and find out it's just a father-son.
Yeah.
Or husband-wife.
Husband-wife.
It could be also partly therapeutical, like if they're struggling to find connection, gaming could be a thing that they're both into, don't you think? So
I mean, I guess there are ways to like take out the toxic side of the game. You've just literally got to mute any interaction with other players. Just
play on
mute
Lucid
chat.
Gaming.
All that, yeah. I mean, like we I don't know. We kind of just let it be because Rust is Rust. Got exceptions to that, obviously, like racism and stuff. But
well, as you're talking about Rust being quite toxic, do you need well personally, Azio, do you need a break from it? Like, do you take a week in the end of Force Wipe, or do you like go holidays and just switch off everything? What is your thing?
Oh, when I go away on holiday, I switch off from it. I go to usually go to a really remote part of Scotland where I can't even get internet on my phone or anything. So, yeah, it's like a switch off time, chill, campfires, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I really like.
I do Rust in real life.
Yeah, we get a big break in monthly server, like in the last week when it's dead. And I just get to relax as well because it does get quite a lot.
Yeah. What about you, Lucky? Because you've been with Rust for so long, you must have sort of developed a habit how to drive out the toxicity or just get a restart.
Well, I think at some point you just accept it. You just
become it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, personally, I don't like the trend. Is like, I remember when I started with Rust, it wasn't that toxic. Like, it was very different.
Yeah.
I started like 2015 with Rust when Rust got out of Legacy and they started experimental. So what we have now. It was very different. People were more like chilled.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Agreed.
And over the last couple years, it got worse. Like,
yes.
I don't know. Some people. I mean, a little bit toxicity is okay, but some people go really far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like they go also really personal sometimes.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of positive aspects to Rust as well. Like, it brings people together and so many new friends that you can make. Well, we've all here. We don't know each other personally, but yet we are joined on a Sunday afternoon having a beer. Or coffee or whatever it is. But nonetheless, what about your other halves? Because this is a thing I'm very proud that my wife is very supportive about me spending so much time in Rust. How about you? Let's say Lone. I know you're married and you got 2 children. How do you justify this to your other half?
Well, not gonna lie, at first it was pretty challenging balancing the the time that I'd spend versus the benefit. When I first started, I actually owned a server, nothing big. It would get like 30, 40 pop consistently, and it was okay. And it did all right. I didn't do it for like money or an income. I still had a main job, of course, but as long as there's some sort of benefit of me sitting on the computer away from family and within reasonable time, she doesn't have a problem with it. She's pretty supportive of it, especially with this new map development stuff. She's all for it. She loves it. So
Nice.
Right,
it's not too
is
bad.
she giving you like ideas what to do and how to do certain things? Is she like driving some visual aspects of it?
Yeah, she helps me out with advice actually with a lot of my monuments. I'll show her some of the stuff that I'm working on, and she's not super into gaming, but she'll check my stuff out and be like, "Hey, that looks really cool. Maybe you should try the Space Needle, for example." She told me to make that, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make that. So it's like the ideas that she gives helps as well. So she might not play Rust or even know how to play, but she still likes to support me and check things out every once in a while.
That's
Oh, that's
super
nice.
cool. Right,
Yeah.
Will, we haven't heard from you in a while. How are you dealing with explaining so much time spent in Rust and developing plugins in Rust to your relatives? Your family, sorry.
I think Will has his headphone muted.
Oh,
Microphone muted.
Yeah.
naughty.
We could answer the question by Nacho Daddy. If someone wanted to start a server, what's a good provider to have hosted on? If no direct recommendations, how do you tell what companies would be good and what features are important? I'm gonna
Should I answer
Yeah,
this?
you'd be good to answer that. Yeah.
one of you guys for sure.
I think for the beginning, when you want to host a server, I think you can start on anything, because if
You're
your
referring to like a
server-
slot-based server, like one of those cheaper ones where you just pay
where you pay like 20
Pay per
bucks
slot.
or 30 bucks for like 100 slots or something. I think it's a good way to start. But if you get a little bit population and get a little bit bigger, you need to have a really good host for also for performance and also for DDoS protection.
Yeah.
That's a really, really big thing in Rust, because there's like people, cheaters, I don't know, toxic kids, you may be banned, or what else, they starting to DDoS your server. And if you don't have a good protection, you have a big problem.
Very true.
Yeah.
So once you're saying once you get some population, consistency on uptime, and DDoS protection are the two pretty biggest important things, as well as the hardware itself. Once you get enough players, it has to reflect that performance to keep it up.
I had
Especially if you're running.
Yeah, I had a very good question from previously. One user asked, what would be a good place to start reading about how to do it? Like, if you're brand new to server hosting, what would you recommend reading, watching? Would you say YouTube or some Discord channels?
Rustified actually made a great post that I've always referred to when I first started, just showing you how to set up your startup script. So how you set your server name, your population, just on your local machine or on a dedicated. The Rustified thread is a pretty good one. There's a lot of YouTube videos that are helpful as well for like certain plugin development. So you can configure like how you want to configure your kits or your loot. You can pretty much find most of that on YouTube itself.
Yeah. Also, what I think a good start is maybe also if you want to make a server. I think many people want to make also a server for private use for friends and stuff. So the Rustified post, I think, is really good. It shows you how you can create a server on your own PC. And yeah, it's also a good way to start.
I have a YouTube video that I've always referred to. I'll post it in both the
Is
chats.
there actually videos about how to make a server?
Yeah, there's a 5-minute video I've always used whenever I need to build a server. Yeah, let me find it.
Yeah, I only saw like some tutorials on websites. If you Google like how to create a Rust server, you will find.
Right, superb.
It's a good question, though. There's
I
a
found-
lot
I
of
found the link.
resources.
Yeah, I just posted it in both the chats. If anyone is interested, that's what I've always used. I don't know who the guy is, but it's quite straight to the point.
Right. Question for both Lucky and Sensei. What made you think that you need to create a server of your own rather than try to find an existing one? How did that happen?
For me,
Yeah, let's start with you, Lucky.
For me, I started with vanilla servers. With one vanilla server, and the reason was back in the early days there wasn't really good moderated servers besides Rasterfight. But yeah, on Rasterfight you have the problem with queues and stuff. So I decided to make my own server. And later on, I played with some friends on a Battlefield server, and it was really laggy. And so we created our own server and tried to improve on performance. And yeah, that's how I started servers.
And
Yeah,
how
I
about
basi-
you, Sensei?
So I just made a server, like, just basically for fun, with, like I said earlier, with my girlfriend's little brother. But I didn't really have an official plan what I was doing with it. And if you don't wipe a server on a schedule, you have to wipe it every month because of the monthly updates. So naturally, it became a monthly server. And so basically, yeah, it just became a monthly server. And grew from there, really.
Right.
Do you mind if I add something in there?
Yeah.
So I just want, obviously, I had my own server when I first started. Probably I think February 2018 I started it. The main reason I started a monthly server, solo duo trio 2 times sort of style like this one, like Lucid is, was a lot of my time was spent working, so I didn't have the time to commit to week wipes or bi-weekly wipes. And there just wasn't that many monthly servers out there which had the sort of low impact mods which help out, like with quick smell and all this sort of stuff. It was sort of spread out along multiple servers, but never all sort of combined. So I sort of got to that stage with a friend where we wanted this server with this sort of setup, and just started making a server from it. And I mean, in the end, I didn't actually play the server because I was adminning it. But yeah, it worked out well. I got it to about 150 pop and that before I gave it up.
Nice.
So it must have been somewhat decent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is very big achievement, isn't it? Because to get it to that stage when there's constant players month-to-month basis, it is very hard work.
Yeah.
I've spoken to Lucky before about how difficult it is to admin a trio server. I think
incredibly.
I think Lucid is one of the only servers in a very long time that's hit like the top 10 in Battlemetrics for being a trio server. So a trio server with 250 slots, that's like 800 people a month, is so toxic. And and with the group rules, everyone wanting to play with each other, it's that you need a lot of admin power. And I've always told Lucky, like, oh, I wish I had a Battlefield server as well, because it would be like a lot easier in terms of
It is
adminning.
easier than adminning vanilla for sure, because on Coaster, for example, everybody spawns with guns and armor and they're straight into the action they're shooting, and if somebody's using aimbot or some kind of cheat, then it's going to be obvious quite quickly. Whereas on when we had the Apocalypse server and I'd hop on there. I'd sometimes have to wait an hour before I see anyone shoot a gun even. So definitely credit where it's due for that, because I don't know if I'd have the patience after being admin on COSA and just having non-stop action, you know.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons we've only had like one server for so long and so many admins. A lot of people ask like, why have you got like 4 admins for one server? Well, we need it. It's not even enough sometimes.
It's
I've
very
noticed
time
there's a lot
consuming.
less this month though, or less cheaters in general.
Oh yeah, especially
Because
when
the
they
bans have
ban.
been so much more active.
The bans have been through the roof. Like if you look at the there's a graph. Where's that graph, Lucky?
Yeah, I made
Put
a
it out my
whole
bum.
I posted it a while ago
IP
on
bans
our
the ones.
Discord.
IP
But you look
bans
at the
there's
kind
loads
of.
that we keep getting.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's fine.
Since early November, the ban wave got really up.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then they banned Bloody Mouse as well, which was great.
The best day ever.
Yeah, because I know like Zio, you're probably one of the most active banning. You've probably banned more hackers than a lot of admins in Rust, especially because hackers love to go on Cosa Nostra. That's one thing that Lucid doesn't have as much of a problem with.
Yeah,
because, yeah, hackers love to go there.
Well, it was a very, very big learning curve for me because I'd never been I'd been an admin of a Spaniel group on Facebook, but that was it.
Spaniel. What? No, you don't gotta drop that and then not give more details.
I used to be a vet
What
nurse.
the fuck was that?
I used to be a vet nurse and I learned a lot about training and stuff like that. I have 4 Spaniels. I love dogs. And it was just this group. They liked how kind of knowledgeable I was in the group, so they made me an admin of the group. And it's just
You liked Spaniels.
Yeah, we all like Spaniels. I mean, it was all dogs really, but it was the group was more like leaning towards Springer Spaniels and Cocker Spaniels. But we had other dogs in there too, like honorary Labradors and stuff. But it's just,
Sorry. I jumped out. I got so excited about one of the questions that I read. But Natural Daddy is asking, what do you think are some of the best console commands to use as a player, or where to find them? What would you say, like the top 2 or 3 binds, commands, or things to help Rust player would be that they usually don't know about?
Well, it depends for me. It depends on modded. If you're on modded or on vanilla, because on vanilla keybinds aren't so important. But like, for example, on Cosa Nostra, setting up your config so you can set quick homes. You just have to press a button rather than stand there and type a sentence out or whatever.
Yeah.
Just having a nice config that has keybinds for commands and stuff. If you're unmodded and there are commands that you can use in chat and stuff, then that would be my recommendation. Getting your head around the keybinds and the quick binds.
Yeah, I have also a really good bind. For example, if you aim, you can have light toggle on off also. Like when you aim in, so your flashlight goes on or your laser goes on. So that's also a really good bind.
I love using that
There's a
one.
useful one called graphics.waves that hides the waves that they added. It helps you see people when they're in water way easier.
Yeah, I was a bit split about the waves when they added the waves, because the game wasn't running so great at that point, and then they put waves in, and I'm just like,
yeah, it helps your GPU a little bit, and it's easier to see people. There's another one. If you use the recoil comp pool, set it to true, then the M249 recoil gets done for you automatically.
Yeah, but
that's a nice one.
It just pulls down.
It isn't it default active as default? Isn't it on?
I'm not sure.
I thought it was.
Another one in regards to commands, Nacho is also asking physical steps. Anyone familiar with this console command? Physical steps and the values for it.
Physics steps, right? Or physical steps?
You mean
Physics steps.
Yeah.
I think, Lucky, you know about physics steps, right?
Yeah, if you set them higher, you can. I don't know if they fixed it already, but if you have physics steps to 60, you can jump higher.
Yep. I've used that quite a bit testing parkours for some custom monuments, actually. So I take into account people that have that enabled and people that don't.
What would be a high value and what would be a low value for them? What do you think?
I think there's caps. I think there's max cap at 60.
Yeah, 60 is max and 30 is minimum, I believe.
If anyone's wondering why we've got so many horses in front of us, we're actually waiting for them to poo. And I don't think any of them have had enough
none yet.
shit yet.
None.
Maybe give them a bit of exercise. Usually that loosens them up.
I mean, they've had about 50 human meat so far.
Sorry, the vet nurse are coming out of me again. We got a question from Pale Rider.
Yeah.
How hard is it to get admins and mods? The ones on the server. Good admins and mods.
That's the question, isn't it? Good admins and mods.
Yeah.
It's easier to get admins and mods. It's getting the ones which are actually good at the job.
Yeah, well, not just that. The ones that are trustworthy as well.
Yeah,
and
that's a
aren't gonna
big thing,
do
trustworthy.
shady stuff. That's really difficult. It's
Very
really
difficult.
difficult. We've seen a lot of faces come and going, and yeah, a lot of come and gone, and like not always left Kosa for abusing, but it's been common.
It's usually people are really good for the first couple of months, and they get bored, and then just use because they're bored.
Yeah.
I think the biggest advice would be looking at smaller server owners that have maybe like a slowing down community or something that doesn't seem like it's going much anywhere, and checking out their staff and just maybe becoming friends with them, see if they actually enjoy doing what they do, and maybe they want to work with a little bit bigger community because they have the experience. Yeah, then you can just steal them. No, they have the experience, which is nice. They've set up local servers. They probably know how to set up a dedicated or at least a slot-based server, so they have a general idea of plugins, how to, check for hackers and stuff like that. So it's pretty handy to find somebody that's somewhat already in the field rather than just finding John Smith in the middle of a naked world of.
That was me. Hi. I was John Smith.
You were John Smith? You were just a rando? I
literally just started playing Rust, 1,500 hours on vanilla. Joined Kosa one day. Loved it. Oh my god, I had so much fun on that first day. It was brilliant. And then, I don't know, I kind of made friends with another admin on the server, and I was sort of helpful. And I think my application to Lucky was basically, I have a disgusting amount of hours on your server. If you need stuff, hit me up. And a couple months later, Lucky messaged you, like, you have any admin knowledge or coding or anything? I'm like, zip. No.
Well, there you go. You can be a John Smith and you can be admin. You don't have to have experience. You can just hop right in and.
Kosa is a big learning curve. You learn a lot fast because you're gonna start seeing cheaters immediately. In that climate, like when no recoil was like laser and everyone was using auto hotkey. It was around that sort of time, so you're just seeing cheater after cheater after cheater, really. But it's cool, keeps me busy, and I like it. And it was I like learning fast, but yeah, the more sort of server side stuff, yeah, that's not my ballpark. I look at code and then my head hurts. I tried to learn HTML and that was even ridiculously hard. I think my brain's just too old for that stuff now.
I guess the biggest challenges for adminning are very different for everyone. So for you, it would be the the background of the server, and for others it could be like a human relation, or what could any of you point out to being the biggest challenge for you personally?
It depends how deep you are into server owning. If you've already got a pop, then there's probably problems with cheaters and plugins. But if you don't have pop, then the problem's probably getting pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's schedule's a little bit different, so some people might not work very much or might not have any side things going on, so they have a lot more time to help out around. Not to say that you can be busy and still do that stuff, but it just helps out if you have a little bit more time. You can dedicate to the server.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll just be honest. I don't share a lot of my time adminning too much anymore. I spend most of it at work with the girls or mapping. But I do try to help out as much as I can, especially on Lucid, even though I'm pretty lacking on the ticket answering. But
yeah, when I made Lucid, I was working as a teaching assistant in a college. So obviously we have summers off. So obviously I had time to make a server and have all those all-nighters for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's one thing I struggled with was doing 12 hours at work each day and then coming back managing a server.
Yeah.
And literally getting about 3 hours sleep each night.
No, that sounds like my WoW days. I raided with a US guild. So we were raiding from like midnight until 3, 4 a.m. And then I was going to work for 7 in the morning.
Yeah, I've had so many of those nights too.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people just assume that Rust servers are just get minted from them as well. Like a lot of servers, the first sort of 4 or 5 months, you're losing money every month, paying for the server and all that. You don't have much pop, and even like once you're fully popped in that, unless you've got like pay to win sort of VIP packages that can get a lot of people in and just in and out each month, you still don't make too much on it. You just cover the cost of the server and that. So a lot of admins and owners are just, they do it more for the fun of doing it rather than the money making.
Yeah. It's just a nice added bonus if you manage to make it a success. Hey, Will, PJ the Reindeer says hello from chat.
Fucking nap.
He's a chat mod.
He's a chat mod.
Right, I see Sawyer has asked a question which I totally missed. Apologies. He's saying, how does geography factor go into growing a service pop? How much? I presume he's asking how much the map and the picking of the
terrain.
Question.
How does geography factor into growing a server's pop?
Oh, I think he means server location. Like
and who you're trying to attract, I think.
Yeah, I'd probably say I think EU's got the highest player traffic for Rust, but I think US is probably going up.
AU or like Asia is maybe the lower.
Yeah,
it's kind of how you execute it. If you want to go into a smaller niche of an area, like AU doesn't have as many as European and American servers. However, if you execute it correctly, you might be able to do it well. However, the time difference is going to be the challenge for you if you do it in an area outside of your time zone. So I wouldn't care to try to run an EU server just because it would just, my time would be so different being as I work full time and have girls. It's kind of hard to.
Peak times would be like when you're getting off sort of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. I've been in China for the past few months. I'm not there now, but it was a challenge with the time zone as well. I know
coronavirus.
Cough, cough.
The whole tyrannical.
Sorry.
Stream's infected. That's a good question though, Sawyer. There can be a lot of variables, but I think as long as you have a plan, you execute it correctly, I think any location can work well within reason. You would want to do it in like a small country on like the total opposite side of the world, like Madagascar. That's probably not going to.
These days is making something unique, because there's already so many vanilla servers, and Rustify just have a hold over the vanilla servers at the moment. So the best way to go about is probably just making something unique and modded, like the
Seeing
Asian
what's not
servers
on
and
there.
the UKN style servers. They're always full with players.
Yeah, that's always my biggest advice to new server owners is just make something unique. Don't try to copy too much, or else people might as well just already go to those successful servers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we got Visco. Hey, Visco. Thank you for the sub, Bibby. Mwah. I miss you. I love you. I hope you're well.
Get a room.
No. You don't understand. I'm old enough to be his mum.
That makes it even worse.
Right, I've had a question from yesterday. What was you heard a lot of different stories about cheaters and cheater excuses. One of it was my brother, and it wasn't me stories.
It was my dad. I'm not kidding. It was my dad. I'm still waiting for it was my mum. Like, but I think I'm gonna throw a massive party on that day because I'm so excited. I don't know. Probably shouldn't say this in the stream because I'm gonna have a bunch of people saying it was my mum now, right? Maybe.
Yes, but
don't cheat.
What were the crazier ones that you had? What would be the more interesting ones excuses that you've heard?
Oh, this is tough.
The hacked Steam account is one.
Oh yeah.
Hacked my Steam account and cheated in Rust. Can I get unbanned, please?
Actually, I had someone prove to me that happened to him.
Yeah, but they can never prove it like 99% of the time.
No, but he had all of the conversation between himself and, like, I don't know, whoever he spoke to get it fixed, and I could see that and everything. Although it was in another language, but we got there in the end. But yeah, that was a tough one. It's they're always difficult when people say they got hacked or whatever. But I don't know what other stuff. Bloody users who said that they don't even have a bloody mouse. That was tough because I was just like, I'm unsure like if other mouses are getting flagged for bloody
or they'll just take a picture of their mouse and then put their bloody mouse underneath their desk.
Yeah.
Just grab mom's laptop mouse for a moment.
Somebody sent me a picture of their like gaming mouse, and it was so funny that the other end of the USB that it wasn't even plugged into his computer. I could see that the wire wasn't even plugged in for it. But yeah, I was just taking a picture of that for you. There you go. Like it had no lights on it or anything, so the mouse was just like, yeah, it wasn't even plugged in. That was quite funny.
Yeah, I've just seen Strife comment in Nexus's chat. EACL on the same IP. It was my brother, I swear.
Yeah.
Yeah, about that a few times.
I mean, once you've got an EAC ban on your IP, I mean, you're pretty fucked. Even like for other reputable servers, they can see like everyone shares bans and
yeah, pretty tough on those guys too.
Yeah,
they're just like, I'm not cheating now. I'm like, well,
should have made better life choices.
Yeah, shouldn't have cheated in the first place. I love Rust and I love Cosa Nostra, and I think that helps with staffing it because I literally try and play other games, and I'm if I get a report or two, and then I start getting itchy and I have to switch and go deal with it. But I don't know. It's,
have you guys seen the some server owners and admins not necessarily penalize, but make it so that if a player is toxic or racist or whatever in chat, they'll make them do something just so obscure to get unbanned. Like they'll have to sing a song or write like a 500-letter essay or something like that.
We've had those.
Love seeing those. Love seeing those. If you guys keep making those, that will make me happy.
Visco came up with the idea that we made really toxic kids who got banned for toxicity who want to come back. We made them write lines.
Yep.
I've done that a few times.
We've actually got
then they have to show their handwriting in front of everybody to get unbanned as well. So it's like a kind of a not a lot of people have done it, but people have done it.
We've actually got a video on our YouTube of someone writing lucid on their forehead with Nutella and reading a poem about lucid dreaming. I'll just post it in the chats because it's
Oh,
quite
I
funny.
saw that one.
That's
So
hilarious.
funny.
We've had a few people try to do it, haven't we?
Yeah, we've had quite a few actually. Yeah, maybe 3.
There was the one kid
Three.
that did it.
I think
and we
it's
were like,
3 or
no,
4.
you didn't do it good enough.
Yeah, there was one you didn't do it right. Well, I can't remember. I think he wrote.
He wrote it on his forehead and then typed it out.
Yeah, and we were like, you've got to say it.
Right, Weekly Rust is asking a question. What made you determine which day and time works best for your wipes?
We just go by updates.
Well, Thursdays is always a good start
Yeah,
for the
it's
monthly
difficult.
updates.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of weekly servers, really big servers, say like Rust Academy or like Rustoria, Pixie Rust, they all wipe like every single day because they have so many servers and most of them work. It's up to your community, really.
Yeah.
Sure, maybe host a
Probably wanna
poll, see
aim
what
around
people.
dinner time.
people
for
prefer.
whatever your region is.
Yeah.
Depends on the type of server as well. So for Kosa, I don't know. We wouldn't be able to go like 2 weekly wipes because of the size of the bases and the amount of entities on the map. Things are going to really start slowing down. And we've got like a fair few clans who have like their massive base that stays standing the whole wipe, and I don't know.
Actually, we could do 2-week wipes. I think it depends also on the DK you have. DK rates, and if you have plugins that clean up entities not in cupboard range and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the most biggest difficulties I've had with Lucid is that because it's monthly wipes and such big pop and a really big map is the entities. After like a week or 2 weeks, like we've got so many entities, and
Hitting
before
like
Rust
250k, haven't we?
Yeah, before Rust was optimized, I had such a bad time just trying to find any kind of way to optimize it. But Rust is good now. It can handle quite a lot.
Yeah.
Right. Another question from Weekly Rust. How often should you listen to player suggestions?
As much as possible.
As much as possible, but don't act on all of them. Especially if it's just one player. You never want to do favoritism, because one player setting up your entire server's configuration can really kill a community.
Yeah.
You want to listen to the general population instead, and not just one person focused in.
Yeah, and not a lot of people understand certain implications of like suggestions. Say, like in Lucid, we don't have 2 times smelting. It's vanilla, but the reason for that is so that we can extend the population.
Lower the rating.
Yeah, and honestly, we used to get quite a lot of stupid suggestions. So I closed the suggestions channel, and now only people who have a certain amount of hours can actually see the channel in our Discord. Because
people who are actually committed to the community.
Yeah, I got sick of like suggestions that.
That's a really good idea, because you also get those people that get banned, and then they get banned from the Discord for toxic, and then they come back on alt accounts. By the way, if you do that, I will report you to Discord, and you'll get banned on every account you have. So don't do that, because I will go to that effort, like if I think you deserve it. So yeah.
And then they go to suggestions and say, you should get better admins or something.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Salty, calm down. Yeah.
Absolutely. Also, Rust is asking, how do you deal with accusations?
We mute them automatically, and it's the best thing. I love it.
Yeah,
because you wouldn't believe how many potential cheaters I've lost, because I've TP'd to them and somebody's gone, guy's cheating in chat, and then he just logs off immediately. And it actually makes me quite mad.
Yeah, we have like a warning in the chat an auto trigger that tells them to like shut up and just tell
Yeah.
us a ticket privately rather than telling everyone.
Yeah, yeah. Cheaters read chat too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if it is a smart cheater, he will hide his cheats for a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
See how the
Toggle off,
server kind of
toggle on.
And
works.
because you told publicly he's cheating, admins maybe don't catch him.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
exactly.
But sometimes many hack accusations are also come from people are just mad
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Probably
saying, "Oh, you're cheating."
75% of them, honestly.
Yeah.
It's you know, most of them come from people who've never spent even a minute on a name train server and understand what is actually capable with some practice in terms of like recoil and
Oh, yeah.
spray control and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, we get a lot of that, and like also, if you looked at if you had a quick look at the profile of the person you're reporting, and if that profile's not private, it's all open, you can see that they have like 5,000-6,000 hours in Rust, like 2,000 hours in CS. They're going to be decent, you know. It's yeah. I mean, it could be cheating. There've been a lot of people with a lot of hours banned recently, but
Can someone
know.
turn off stability just for a little while in the server?
I think we should turn off gravity.
All right.
Wait, how
It's
did
off now? You're good.
how did
Yeah,
Loki
no.
get in here?
You were asking about gravity. You can turn off gravity if you didn't know, because I suggested that you should make a space map.
oh,
with
that
no
would be
gravity.
awesome.
Yeah, I'd love to. How do you do? How do
Oh
you
my
do
god,
gravity?
that is the best idea ever.
Yeah.
Can you make like, I don't know though.
Let's do
Probably
it.
not.
Gravity is
Physics.
0.
Yeah, just physics.gravity 0.
Oh,
What,
is it
what
happening?
does that actually do?
No gravity.
Everything
Just like
starts
that.
floating, but
Oh, like, okay, my torch is just like infinitely dropping.
Oh.
How have I never knew about
yeah,
this?
there we go.
It's
awesome.
like Beauty and the Beast.
Can you make it to where players do this as well, like where it's a
It
slower
used to.
jump?
It used to.
Suddenly a
Wait, can you
million
get
things.
Oh no.
I think because we're admins, we're not. We bypass it. But if you're not admin, you should start floating as well.
I'm not admin. I'm the test server, and I'm not floating.
Oh, okay.
No,
Yeah.
it only affects like
Like
Objects.
deployables and objects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get in the car. See what
I
happens.
know somebody F1 suicide, like jump, like bind a key to kill, and then jump and then kill yourself and see if your body floats up. Oh,
It does.
it actually like dingles. What the heck? That is a weird position. I don't know if you all see this, but that is.
Ah, look at the stream. Look at that.
Guys,
That's
could you
brilliant.
not? Could
You're
you not
willing-
do things in the car?
Your willy's pointing at the sun.
Oh my god, you can.
And your balls. What?
This is
Float
what
upside
This is
down.
a next
Later,
level of
boys.
meditation when he's.
Check out the minicopter.
Oh, you can't even drive the car. The car doesn't have any traction, so it can't do
Yeah.
anything.
Oh wow.
Everyone, give it a push.
This is
Wait,
when
can
you get
we
an
jump on
EAC
it?
no fly hack violation kick.
Nexus, apparently you leaked the IP.
Of what?
This staging server.
Did I?
That's fine. I'll just give us some people to kill.
Yeah.
Loki's in here.
Oh, okay. Just keep killing
That's
them.
crazy.
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe. I mean, it doesn't seem like the horses are having a poo. Maybe we should move to like a modded server. I don't know.
Yeah, they're not doing anything.
I don't know.
Do we want to look at the cameras while we're here?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, show people the cameras.
Nexus, get in the chair. There's already some set up, I think, so just have a look
I
around.
need to enable my user interface.
Oh shit.
It's so easy to recover.
Look at all these things just
Ooh,
floating
Yeah,
in the sky.
so
There's
cool.
cookie bears.
Let's go. So what they've done is like look up Shadowfrax's latest video, Visco. It will show you exactly what's the cameras. Yeah, but you can put cameras around your base. There are cameras on monuments now, or they wait. Is it in?
Oh my god, that is the best.
How did you do that?
You said it to minus.
That
The
gravity
car just went
minus.
flying.
It's a UFO.
You should make a plugin that does that, like on command, so a player could just like drop from the sky and then everything just flies up as soon as they hit the ground, and then just briefly, kind of like a Hulk smash where he just like hits the ground, everything flies up and then lands back down.
Here it comes.
But
Oh.
you can there are cameras at monuments now, so you can like tune into those cameras, so you can look at Dome from your base and stuff. But
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. They added that.
yeah, that's really cool. So you can like check a monument, and then if there's no sign of anyone, head down. But wait,
There's a sea level command now as well. I don't know if we've played around with that.
Oh yeah. I don't even know it.
Oh yeah, that was someone got it.
Oh,
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Nexus,
regret.
you were just looking at the rock camera. You can actually put the cameras on rocks, not they haven't got to be on entities as such.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh,
Right, let me exit. Let
Lucky.
me. So you
Lucky,
can
do you know
play
the,
around with the station if you want.
Do you know the
this
sea
thing.
level command?
I think it's ocean level. ENV ocean level. Yeah. And server console env.ocean level.
Oh, I
Believe.
forgot about that.
oh, we're raising the ocean away.
I'm not able to change it from F1 console though, as an admin.
Oh, you
Yeah,
have
you
to do it
can do
from
it.
the console, right?
Spawn some Bradleys and then do that no gravity
Oh.
thing.
Yes.
Oh, there it goes. Water's
I
coming
can
up.
push it.
Is it?
No, I thought it was for a second. Maybe I'm just
No, I erased it a little bit.
okay. Yeah, it went up a little bit.
Bye bye.
Raise it like 10 more meters.
can wait.
Oh.
Do we have to have a special? Wait, what happened there? Do we have to have a special invite to join this Discord channel?
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah, but I can. We can just drag anyone in if you want to add them.
Can we invite like sling Def an invite? Def DEF Def.
Oh, Def. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll add him.
And maybe Visco. Visco, do you want to come join us and stuff? Maybe.
Will is having too
Who's
much fun.
playing?
That is so cool. See, that needs to be like a plugin. I would love to make a map that could like do something neat with that.
Where you switch something and it would just affect the whole server.
Is it can you do a localized gravity? Maybe to just a monument.
Def should be able to join now as you.
All right, cool. One sec.
Def's a plugin developer, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
He is the big brain.
We got any questions at the moment, Nexus?
He's a wizard. He's the
I've got
energy.
some questions from yesterday. With all the new content coming in, what would you personally like to see being introduced into Rust? Like, what is your fantasy that you would want to see?
more S&M. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Nothing.
More custom map love and support.
Yes, that would
Yeah.
I
be
would
amazing.
love to be able to make something that I could actually see properly implemented in the game.
Hell yeah, that's a really good idea. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Custom maps it'd
Because
be great if they were better. Can you imagine the possibilities, imagination of some people, like what they would
Oh,
be
I
able
made
to
a-
come up with? It'd be amazing. I
Yeah,
played on a
speaking of
few really cool
Sorry,
custom maps already. Obviously, like Kirox's custom maps have been awesome. Like we've had
Yeah,
a
for
lot of
sure.
good feedback from those. And there was another one I played on called Shark Tank, and it was like a water world map, and it was awesome. I loved playing on there. But yeah, like definitely that's That's so true. Custom maps do need to get better. You imagine the possibilities of every lover of Rust's imagination in creating maps. There would be some interesting stuff out there for sure.
Yeah, we had this month we had a proc gen map, but we added Alone's Pyramid, and people love it. It's great.
Got rid of Excavator.
Yeah, replaced it.
Yeah, no one complained about that.
Even just a more variety of monuments would be cool. I mean, we've had the same ones for quite some time now. So being able to have accepted monuments to be added into the procedural generation process would be really neat. So
Yeah.
you might not always get like the pyramid in a proc map, but you might get the Empire State Building in the next. You know, like it might.
Yeah.
I think something like that would be really cool.
I made a plugin the other day that lets you run C# code from pressing a button in game. That could be used for something in a custom map. If you could think of something alone. You can spawn
That's
the
like
button
so
in,
above
like, a
my head.
specific place.
If I knew what I could use that for, I could probably use it.
I guess having just more tools
I mean, like, it could let
to
you
modify
spawn stuff
everything, wouldn't it? It would help so much if they sponge to that, wouldn't it?
A fun one that I've wanted, that I want Lucky to make is, and I think he's close somehow, is being able to talk from a scientist or something, so just so that you control players.
Yeah.
And like just act as if like you're an AI becoming conscious.
That'd
of
be
itself
so
or
fun.
something.
Even
Yeah.
uploadable custom voices
makes
on
something
anything
like
would be
this.
neat. So you could make like a story out of a custom app. You could upload sounds to NPCs that you place. Oh, that'd be wild.
Yeah, I think you basically.
Dev already worked on something like that. I don't know how far he is or if he still works on it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Stina Maru also was making something
We
like
were
that as well.
able to play and record sounds and let them speak through
yes.
NPCs. It's yeah.
Oops.
What's your
That'd be
thoughts
awesome.
on the farming commits that they've been posting here lately? Do you think farming 2.0 is going to be a game changer, or would you be more excited about something else, or are you hyped about it? That's
think
just
it
my
takes
personal
too
question
much
about it.
base space. If you could make some cool like outside/compound system where you can have it in pretty much any space, that'd be cool. I don't know how they got it set up though.
Yeah, I think the farming, if it was more viable, I'm all for it. But I feel like now all you have to do is just eat a pumpkin, and then like you're good.
Yeah.
Like it's so easy to hydrate and eat with the
Yeah, that's
resources
what I
we
mean.
have.
There's not a lot of incentive to want to do it, so
So I hope they change it in the factor of that to
Think-
make it more of a survival game.
Yeah,
So
I
easy.
think farming would be add more PvE aspect to the game. If it would be harder to get food or water and stuff.
Like in Tarkov.
Let's not talk about that game.
Yeah.
Please. Right. What
so
would you
hard.
say the priorities would be of what you would want implemented? I know content will bring new people. Maybe some admin tools will make life easier. But what would you say, like a few priorities? If you had to name 1 to 3, what would you think would be the best thing? Like whether it's content, whether it's tools.
It's a tough one.
at this
It's a tough
point, Rust's
question,
kind
actually.
of bringing attention.
I feel like we could all list like
content.
20 small things, but I don't know about maybe
I
one big
think-
thing.
I think Face Punch should focus more on stability.
Yeah.
Stuff like map development and
Balance.
maybe also giving some more options for modding. Because, to be honest, the biggest player base is still modded.
Yeah.
It's true. I think
True.
if I had to name 2, I think custom assets to the game, being able to import other 3D models of our own
Oh, that would be so
would be really
great,
cool. Additionally, being able to script prefabs, so being able to associate a prefab or a building that you make, or even a plane, to where you could make it fly around the map on its own, and not just in like the plugin sense where you use like metal walls. I'm talking about like proper. It looks like an actual plane that you made, and be able to fly around and do commands and such. Pretty cool.
What is this? Metzi?
It's
Ask Will.
it's a zombie.
It's a zombie, is it?
You just type spawn zombie. It's
Okay,
the,
come
they've
over
been in the
here
game
and
for a really long time.
I've
Yeah,
never
can you
seen
tell
this
me what
model.
this is? Okay, what's this over here?
Where are you?
Over here?
Oh no, he's bleeding.
What's this, big boy?
I genuinely don't know where you are.
Love how it breaks into pieces, doesn't it?
Oh, there he is.
Sensei, did Alistair get back to you about the horsey poop?
Important question time for Alistair.
No, they haven't. No
I'm
one
sure,
has.
I'm sure Alistair loves getting questions like that. How do I make my horse take a dump? Alistair, help me.
Unfortunately,
right,
no.
I've got a good one. Well, most of you, all of you, most of you rarely play. What would be the thing if Facepunch introduced that would make playing a lot more interesting for you? Like, what would you want to see that would bring you back into either competitive or role playing?
Do you know what? Honestly, like the way they're dealing with cheaters now is helping. It's helping a lot.
It's the recoil for me. I can't play the game because I feel like I'm so behind on the recoil. And
Just practice
Yeah.
for an hour. Honestly, just go to an aim train server and shoot at a wall for an hour and get the pattern down. It's not.
it's so different when you're standing still shooting at a target versus whenever
Oh,
you're running
yeah.
through a field with all your loot and you're like having a mini panic attack when you hear footsteps from a bear. It's like
Yeah, but just fuck about with your sensitivity, your DPI. Try and get like a little tight little pattern down, and like I did it myself. I surprised myself actually because I was just like, I'm shit. I don't care. Whatever. I'll just keep doing what I'm good at. I'm banning cheaters, but like actually, I trained for a little bit, and I was surprised myself at how well and how quickly I could get down the spray pattern and look
Yeah,
like
it's,
all of these
some
really
practice.
great players. Yeah, just a bit of practice.
Nexus, to answer your question, for me, it's a way to get around stashes. Like I enjoy hiding loot, but I don't enjoy having to find loot that's hidden, if that makes sense. I think stashes need to be balanced somehow. Because you stash all your loot and no one's ever going to find it without ESP.
That is a good point. Yeah, I guess the whole playing aspect for you is still enjoyable. You just need a little bit tweaking of protection.
Yes.
I honestly think balancing the stashes, in my personal opinion, would mean lowering the slot amount so it won't hold as much, but you'll be able to see via whenever you're within like a 5 or 10 meter radius, if you're the one that placed it, like a little bubble or something showing where it's at.
Yeah.
So it's easier to find, but it might not hold as much. So they're very OP, but it's hard to trust them because of just hackers alone.
Yeah.
Very true. Right. Question from Sawyer. He's saying, for hosting, is it possible to run a server on a single core i9 9900 or do you need at least two? So again, is it possible to run a server on a single core i9 processor?
Yeah, it is. But I mean, it depends on your pop, really. Mostly.
Isn't it true that all servers will only run on one core anyway? So it's like...
I think it's two, right, Lucky?
Actually, it's 2 cores.
Yeah.
2 cores, okay.
Like one core is for the game logic, and the other core is for AI, for aircon stuff and shit. But you can get away with 1 core. But you have to lower then the slots. And it depends also on what kind of plugins you're running. But I would say with a i9 9900K single core, you could run 150 pop without issues.
Yeah.
All right,
Good
thank
question,
you.
Sawyer. Before I disconnect, I didn't know if any of you guys have any mapping related questions by chance, whether it's you guys or the viewers.
Anyone got any questions about maps?
Make more.
Make more? I'm working on it. I'm waiting for the new patch to come out for some new assets because I've got a lot of stuff made out of the new glass.
Yeah, I was gonna say they got the new glass coming out now, don't they? That's
What,
Yeah,
Soft
I've been
Glass? I've not heard
I've been
of it.
working staging. Yeah, there's a new glass prefab. Actually, 4 different glass prefabs. There's a like an industrial style one that is transparent and a non-transparent version, kind of like what you would see on the residential homes in Outpost.
Yeah.
And then there is a proper one that's pretty. It's like the dredge glass. If you know what that looks like, it's just a more translucent glass. It's very handy for mappers. We haven't had glass in a long time. I've been using stretched water bottles and very obscurely stretched oak glass that I have to hide most of the glass underneath the earth. So
Sawyer's got a question for you alone in Nexus's chat. How do you deal with people blatantly stealing maps?
that's a good one. There's a few things. I've done as much countering that I can do currently. So one of the bigger things that you can do is a DMCA. If somebody does or DCM, I always get it mixed up. I think it's DMCA, where if somebody does steal your map,
Yeah.
you can legally go to their server provider by going like to whois, finding out who's their host, or Dropbox themselves, and just have them, if they're hosting on Dropbox, and they can have the link removed. But it's kind of a pickle because who's to say they just don't upload it on like GitHub or just make a new Dropbox link.
A lot of work.
But at the end of the day, if somebody's stealing a map, they're not going to make it far. Honestly, like anybody that's reputable that steals a map, they're going to get some heat for it. The only time I've ever seen anybody steal maps, in my opinion, is when they have like 1 or 2 people on their server max per day. So I don't bother too much with that. Granted, it still does bother me that people are willing to do that, and I am working on something to counter that, but it's still very early in the works, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
You
was,
can make also if they hosting the server on a reputable hosting company, you can make also an abuse report.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can. I've
They will
contacted
shut
one
down
server
the whole
provider.
server.
Yeah.
Yep. Server Kings is really good about that. I've had to deal with them once for somebody, and they've already shut them down.
They we had one, didn't we? Early when the Apocalypse server was launched, Lucky. And
But yeah, if I can
called
say
it
one
Coast
more
Nostra.
thing, one more thing also about plugins. You must know people spending really a lot of time into making maps, making plugins, and I mean, if you appreciate it, you should reward this work. So, yeah.
Can someone kill some of the entities? Because my stream is starting to lag.
Oh yeah, it's getting.
I guess Will playing around with everything.
No, it's me and Kay.
Maybe some of the horse corpses.
We're trying to see if we can scare the horses into producing dung. No. They won't do it naturally.
So there's a question I think we've missed quite high up. Weekly Rust asked, since you can't spectate first person, what are some key things can you look for to tell if someone's actually hacking?
Oh, well,
there's kind of a way to move your camera into first person, but I mean, it's not
offset it. It's not perfect.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Admin radar, seeing where they look, if they're looking in the general direction of a player before they can visually see them, that's a dead giveaway. Like if they're running over a hill.
I don't know if we should talk about this. I don't want people knowing how I catch cheaters. I don't know about you, but the smarter they get in terms of being undetected, then the harder it is for us. So yeah, I don't want to talk about that. Sorry.
Yeah, there are several methods.
That's a good point.
Tell people as well. Yeah.
When do you think the first-person camera will come into admin toolkit? The one where you can fully see where the player is looking at.
They see like it's on their screen, sort of thing.
I think pretty soon. They're actually working on a lot of cinematic tools at the moment. I have no reason to believe that they wouldn't add it while they're working on some of this. I think within the next update or two, honestly.
I have heard that they doing it with HDRP update. That we will then be able to see like really first person spectate. But I don't know if this is true.
Do you guys think Rust will come on console this year? Like it's supposed to?
If so,
I guess. I mean,
probably be at the end of the year.
They
probably.
said it.
Yeah, I'm really hyped for it to come out on console, but I'm not sure if it will just yet.
I think it will, but what we already know is it will be no crossplay.
Yeah.
And I guess also there will be only like officially servers.
Yeah.
Is that official?
I'm pretty sure there will be only official servers for console.
I thought they said that we could host our own somewhere.
Yeah, I think I've seen that somewhere as well.
Might be later on down the line, but
yeah, I mean, even if it is just official, I'm just happy with the general publicity that Rust is going to get to like millions more players.
Agreed. That's a good move.
Yeah. And even if it does come on console, I don't think it's going to be pretty nerfed. Maybe like the FPS is nerfed or the graphics. Yeah, everyone's just going to want to, get a PC and play the real Rust experience because it's not going to be real on console.
Nah.
Yeah, I also think it will be really limited on console. Also, if you take into account how weak the current consoles are compared to modern PCs, and Rust is really demanding, like on hardware, on PC hardware.
They probably won't have as intensive of a recoil on weapons.
Oh yeah.
Someone playing hot potato with one of the non-admins in the server.
Yeah. Just throwing grenades and lucky with the gravity off.
Strife asked, where is it? Do you use native Rust bands or BM bands? Battlemetric.
We actually moved to a database that Will's made along with our leaderboards. But I mean, Battlemetrics is a very good option as well, and we do use it.
Wait, what was the question? Sorry.
Whether we use Battlemetrics for bans or like a custom ban plugin.
Oh yeah, we've got a custom one that works with our database I made.
Yeah. But Battlemetrics works very well. I'd say I really like that Battlemetrics is just web-based and it doesn't... Sometimes native bans can be a bit glitchy, in my experience.
Yeah. It was a period of time where it just seemed all kinds of fucky. Like links weren't showing until you refreshed the page and stuff like that. That was frustrating, but it seems to be good now. It seems all good now, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
But I've always used BM. I'd be lost without it.
Yeah, it's a really good option.
Yep, it's a really good tool.
Right, I've got one from yesterday. How does it feel? Well, I'm not sure how old any of you are, but I'm myself. I'm over 30 years old, and how do you feel when a 16-year-old with insane reaction time comes and absolutely whoops your ass? And do you feel detached from latest player base because of it?
No,
Nah.
I don't know. I think like for 16-year-olds, absolute god at spraying the AK. I don't know. I'd feel kind of proud. Maybe it's the womanly mothering side of me. I don't have kids, but I'm over 32. But yeah, I don't know. Like if they're actually legit good, it's all right. That's cool,
Yeah.
man.
I mean, we're all
Good on
gamers
him.
at the end of the day, and
At least he's not a toxic little.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
and
there's
just,
worse things that can happen.
just
Make like
enjoying
age-based servers.
that side of the game. Like he's actually decent and he can spray and he's a good player. Then yeah, it's great. It's good.
New
I think
idea right
also
there.
if you-
Make a server for 30-plus-year-olds.
Grown up league.
Grown up. 18 plus.
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of cool the way it is. You get like a mixed bag, you know.
What
People
is the
from all
oldest
different
person
places.
you've met?
Oh no. we have somebody who's just said in my chat I'm the oldest. Good old Pale Rider. He's
Oh my
Yeah.
god, the gravity's so
No,
high. You
Pale-
can't
Pale
even
is not
shoot
the
a grenade
oldest we
he's not the
launcher.
oldest.
No, you remember this teacher?
Teacher Steve?
Steve. Yeah, he streamed also.
Legend, man.
How old?
He was over 60 for sure.
Over 60, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
We could probably find some of his videos actually. They were great. He used to post videos. Teacher
How old
Steve.
was Nixu? Well, he was a staff member.
50 something.
Yeah.
50 something, I don't know.
Is he alive? Like genuine.
I hope so.
Nobody
He's not
knows.
answered anyone's
Nobody
DMs in a
haven't
while.
heard from him since.
But all the older players, it's always great to find the mature players because they're always great compared to some little shits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see a lot more toxicity with the younger. I don't know. I guess it's just that whole kind of. Well, I'm safe here in my bedroom behind my computer with mummy and daddy downstairs, and in my house, so I can say whatever I like. But I guess when we were kids, that wasn't really the case, and you know, if someone had beef with you, you had to deal with it face to face.
Yeah.
And you know that kind of thing wasn't never said really. Like some of the things that are said that are really, really toxic, and
Oh yeah.
you know. But like, yeah, I don't know.
Kids are brutal nowadays. I don't know.
Brutal,
Yeah.
brutal.
That's must be that Fortnite throwing through their veins or something.
Yeah, I thought of Fortnite as well.
I think that's a
think
game
it's
where you can't actually speak with anybody, or you can't really like text chat or voice chat, but more than like with 3 other people. But yet it's
Yeah.
always associated with the most toxic kid.
I think because of how like fast paced the gameplay is, and they just get so hyperactive and like become toxic.
Yeah.
Whereas
Well,
Rust,
it's more
you
so
need a
seeing
little
the kids
more
in real life
patience.
versus actually seeing them in the game. It's like you actually see what they look like at Walmart and stuff.
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, Rust is like can build you to get you to that stage as well.
Yeah,
You're far
it does.
more
Very true.
weak. You know, you're ready to raid your nemesis, and then you go to bed and you come back online. You've been offline and lost everything, all that hard work gone.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's frustrating, man. But you know,
True.
it's just
We've all been there.
we got to remember it's just a game, I suppose.
Mhm.
But I've done my fair share of raging in
would have
Rust.
seen yourself doing like full admin work or full server
Whoa.
monitoring a while ago. Would you have seen yourself like coming to this point, or everybody just grew to it?
No.
I would have never seen myself doing what I do now. I
Yeah.
never thought I would map make a few years ago. Honestly,
Yeah, I
didn't think Rust would have survived. If I would have told you in early Rust or legacy Rust, if Rust would have still been as big as it is today, I probably would have said it would not have been. But how consistent the development of this game is, and the support that they have with YouTubers and the developers of the game itself, it's one of the greatest games, in my opinion. Like it's
Oh, yeah.
amazing how active they are.
Hmm. That's why I'm excited for it to come on console, for people to actually realize how good this game is.
And when you have kids, would you encourage your child to go for full-time gamer career? Would you think?
If you maybe if you see a talent for it, like, yeah, why not? I mean, it's always something that you could just have as a hobby, and if you're good at it and it's just a hobby, then even better. I don't know if I would encourage full-time gamer kind of lifestyle, but
If you can make it work, make it work.
yeah, for sure. Like it's like
'Cause
anything.
times
really,
times have changed. You don't have to put on that collared shirt and go to an
Yeah,
office anymore.
yeah.
It's
You got people
kids
like
are making a lot of money just playing
Just
Roblox
streaming.
on. Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I've
And
got
I think
another
like
one.
I think
Sorry.
streaming and just generally streaming is a good skill in itself, like personality skills and just hosting and entertaining. It's not just pure gaming. There's actually a skill in it, I'd say.
Agreed.
Yeah.
You're not just like being sweaty in your room, not doing anything. It's creative.
Yeah, I suppose.
What are we saying, Nexus?
I've got another question.
Yep.
Yes. Looking at servers, what do you think makes a server successful? Like, what would make it stand out from the others?
Consistency, uniqueness,
Yeah.
admin activity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Support. Available support.
Mm-hmm.
Support and uniqueness.
Yeah.
It's gotta have something different. Whether it's a simple plugin that gets hackers easily, or something small like a cool custom monument.
Yeah.
plug. No, I'm kidding.
Learn.design.
No, I think those three things are like my.
Yeah. I think with custom monuments and map making, there's so much opportunity for unique servers. Definitely.
Yeah. Also for the roleplay community. Like I think roleplay servers. There's already some big Russian roleplay servers I saw.
Yeah.
Really
We
popular.
get a lot of role players on Coaster as well. There are
Yeah.
a couple of famous ones. For me anyway, they've just been around the whole time. Every time I see this guy, you spawn with a metal face mask now, but yeah, he's still wearing his wolf helmet.
Legend.
Oh, I can't remember his name right now. It's just escaping me, but this guy's an absolute legend. He makes skull pit fires and wears a wolf helmet and crafts fire rockets all day long. Funny guy.
Can one of you do more cameras? I want to just show that a little bit further, if that's all right.
Anywhere?
Yeah, just some interesting point. Can
I
you
put
do
it in a
foundation
tree?
quite high? I don't know. Can you?
Try. Wait. Where is it? Oh, yeah. No, yeah.
Why is this horse? Can you put it in a tree?
No.
Nah, I've tried.
It doesn't attach.
It goes on rocks if you get the right angle. I've tried on mountainside, but I can't get the right angle on it. I don't know.
I'll stick one in here. Oh.
Oh.
It's not working. Oh, it did work.
Where is it? You put it on.
I've got. I need to plug it into a Jenny. Where can I put this?
To be honest, we could do this every like hour before Force Wipe and show everyone the latest updates.
Like Rustified.
Yeah, basically, but better than Justified, obviously.
Yeah, better.
Where does it go?
Be fine. As many people as this chat has, I'm sure we can at least get consistently a few every time.
Why won't it attach? Does it attach at the bottom of the camera?
Yeah.
Anywhere, pretty much.
Uh,
You stop no clipping. You can't no clip. That's why.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
That.
Nexus, do rock 2. Or one word.
1 second.
The number 2 as well, not the word.
What is going on? No, it won't let me attach it.
I guess because you're in a building block zone.
Yeah, probably.
This is awesome. So, like, clans or allies can just look after each other's base remotely.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's so cool.
You can set up like small bases to look at your enemies as well, like
Oh yeah.
a little.
You could
outpost.
make an arena. Oh, you could make an arena where everybody can tune in if they have one of those desks.
That's a brilliant idea.
That's
Watching
pretty
a naked fight.
Imagine, did you guys hear about the app for Android they're working on?
I've seen the
Yeah,
commits.
I've
for
heard a
that.
little bit about it.
Imagine
And-
you can see it.
Yeah,
somehow.
everybody.
That would be cool.
Everybody will play with their phones out.
Yeah.
Yikes!
You
That'd be
school and
super
check
cool.
out your base. See if the boxes are still there.
Yeah, kids are just
Yeah,
screaming
they-
in class.
I watched the code also. They will also add some sort of raid alerts stuff.
Yeah. Oh, the anxiety when people are like at school or away from or at work or something. And they see
They're
that.
just
like,
running home.
Yeah.
sorry, I gotta go home. I'm sick. Bye.
To be fair, they need something to help counter the offline raids. I'd definitely
Yeah.
need something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hurts solos and duos with like big clans. I totally agree with that.
I mean, I do think there might. Well, it might be good for a modded server to enforce a limit on cameras. Because otherwise people will just spam them everywhere. And I don't know about anybody else, but the last thing I want is to raid someone's base and it's just surrounded with cameras. They see me at all times. There's no cover.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
whole point of the system. As long as they can supply the power and everything to it.
They don't even use much power though. It's like it's negligible. I can't pronounce that word. Rip.
Negligible.
There we go. Thank you. Cheers, mom.
It's alright, darling.
I mean, how easy are these to destroy? Let's have a look.
I
Yeah,
tried
can
to
one of you
destroy
start
them.
hitting the camera?
You can destroy the wall. It's on actually.
Can you destroy the camera itself?
No, you can't hit it.
Oh.
But it may be changed.
What if it's on
so-
the rock then? That one that was on the rock, can you somehow...
Yeah, they'll probably still make changes.
No, you
I don't think
cannot
I'm
hit
actually hitting it.
12,
No, you can't.
12 HE grenades will destroy a camera. Is what I just found out.
Can you try it on the that's on the rock?
No health bar on it.
Hit
I
Marcus?
guess it's because they just added
Oh.
it. It might have no collider or something.
Wow. Okay, so it's gone now though.
Quite
so
tough.
It is quite a lot of HEs. Right, one of the last questions I have from yesterday was one of the guys asked, how long did it take you to start generating profit on your server?
That can vary upon everybody. It depends on how you have your donations or your store.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's willing to comment on that. I used to run a server, so I'll just go ahead and say I averaged between 30 and 40 players pretty consistently. And
it doesn't have to be an amount. You just the question was how long it took to get the server until it was generating.
Probably about 2 months for myself as a brand new person with almost no connections in Rust.
That's quite impressive.
Yeah, I would say I was about 3-4 months at least.
I'd say
I had a few friends that played on it that I had a consistent player base, so that introduced more consistent players.
Yeah.
I'd say between 2 and 6 months generally.
Was it a weekly server?
It was a weekly server, yes. It was a modded 3 times.
Yeah. I think one of the reasons why I took so long, maybe it maybe took like 4 or 5 months or 6 months, just because it's a monthly server. So I only had one hype wipe a month.
True.
So it did take a while.
For me, it took also about 6 months.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I didn't accepted it that it would gonna generate some money.
But at the end of the day, we all do this because we love Rust, and we don't do it for money at the start.
Yeah.
It might just, as long as you love what you do and you're try to keep it as successful as possible, money may or may not follow, but just enjoy what you do, and almost anything in life like that will.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Cheesy motivational quote 101.
I will say it may not be like accurate as such, but owners I've met, people who are in it for the money, aren't really the nicest either.
Yeah,
I've always found the better owners and better admins are the ones who do it for fun, the side of it.
Yeah.
Well.
Community as well, having a nice team like behind you.
Yeah, exactly that.
I think you can sometimes tell when people are just doing it for the business side of it, and generally the server doesn't sometimes do as well, because obviously their team can sense that and they don't want to admin for them. Like, admins don't really get paid in many servers, and they're not going to just do admin work for someone who's just in it for selfish reasons. Yeah.
Good. Also, I guess many maybe are wondering if you could live from it. That depends. There's some servers, like really big communities. They can live from it, and some not.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think me and Lucky talked about that before. We personally don't live off it, and I wouldn't want to.
No, I can't.
Yeah, because you don't know. I mean, Rust hasn't peaked yet. I think there's a big future, but you don't know what could happen. We're just like modded people. We're not actually face punch, so anything could happen at any time. And if you're relying on donations and stuff, it could all just collapse suddenly.
It could all just,
yeah.
Go poof.
Mm-hmm.
But it is doable.
Yeah.
Any of you know how to get a content creator to join your server?
Uniqueness. Have something different, or networking. Be friends with people.
Ask them nicely.
I think, isn't that what Kirox did with the apocalypse with Frost? Didn't he just ask him?
No, he didn't. He didn't really ask.
Oh.
Wasn't Kirox part of Cosa Nostra before he made that map, though?
Yeah, he played on the server.
Okay.
He was a reg on the server for a while, and then I guess
I started playing with custom maps, and they were obviously like shitty. Like, I added some bridges and like experimented.
Yeah.
And then Kyrox wanted to do it, and I showed him the editor, and then he started to make like crazy maps. Like,
he's got a really good imagination for it, hasn't he? It's quite crazy.
Yeah, I guess you have to be really creative. Like, yeah.
It's like an art. You can't just go in and spawn outpost and a flat terrain and expect, you know,
Yeah.
a lot of people to join. You have to like make things out of things that aren't that thing you're
Like-
trying to make. Like my Space Needle is made out of ginormous bandages because it's one of the only infinitely rendered world models that's white, doesn't have, or that does have colliders.
Yeah, it's like
You gotta work with what you have.
sometimes I'm surprised what people take to make monuments and stuff like that. So yeah, it's crazy what you guys pull up. And
He's
what
talented
kind
for
of
sure.
prefabs you using? Like, yeah.
What kind of prefabs do I like using?
No, I mean, what kind? It surprises me what kind of prefabs you guys using to.
Oh
create.
yeah,
Make stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. It's I mean, you just gotta work with what you have. I mean, a lot of the inspiration I have whenever I went into map making, well, I played around with the editor when it first came out, which if any of you had ever done that, it was very limited and handicapped, and so much fun doing that. But when I saw the Earth map, honestly, I was like, you know what, I think I might get back into map making. That
I'm
looks
going
really
ham.
cool. Yeah, so Kirox was an inspiration for me. Not gonna lie, he's a cool guy, makes some really cool stuff. So
Yeah.
props Kirox.
He's got a very fine attention to detail as well. The detail in that map was incredible. People still ask about it as well. Like the community that played on it are really sad that it didn't stay. But it was one day there was an update or something, and the cargo ship ripped through the map, just taking bases out on its path.
Yeah.
That sounds like a feature.
Yeah. But seriously though, I really do hope custom maps get more
Stable.
Yeah, just that would be amazing.
I mean, the last 2
possibility.
months there was no big fuckery, but the months before and when we run the Apocalypse map, there was so many unaccepted stuff happening. Like cargo ship was going through terrain, and Rust updates fucked everything up. Like, it was just a mess. It was a mess.
Yeah,
But
even this
yeah.
month we have a custom map with a pyramid, and they just kept like bringing these changes, like a roadmap update. So we had to keep remaking the map in staging.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah,
Because the road would receive one little update and then goof it. So you
yeah.
had to do it like right before push to main. That road really kind of threw me in a loop because, like my lone island, I had to totally redo the entire road because it porting the old road to the new road would float like a whole meter above the land. So I had to go fix
Right.
that.
I see we've been live streaming for 1 hour 58 minutes. Sorry for my English. I think we're slowly coming to an end. I think 2 hours is a good timestamp to stop because we've all had fun, but we might just do this sometime again.
Yeah,
Just,
that's
Sure.
for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. I'm going to add links to the Discords of Zoe's and as well as Cosa Nostra's. And if you guys could do the same, that would be awesome to us. Just to share a database of players.
I think a lot of like a reason why Cosa Nostra and Lucid Gaming are streaming together right now is because me and Lucky have talked to each other for quite a while, and Lucky has been kind enough to basically help Lucid whenever I've been desperate so when like the server's crashing or being DDoS. So a big thanks to Lucky for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
We,
Thank you all
it's
for
been-
joining. I think,
Yeah.
I think this is it. Thank you to all the people that asked the questions. We really had fun in the staging branch. If you do like our streams, please subscribe to both our YouTube channel and Zoe's Twitch. And yeah, if you show the love, we'll make sure to do this more often.
Sure.
All right.
All right.
See you later, guys.
Right.
Cheers.
Yeah. Okay. See ya.
Later.
Take
ya.
care, guys.